Well, it was a hard-fought game, and at the end of the day, Akron just made a couple more plays than we did. They deserved to win. I sort of felt like we deserved to win too, but only one team wins these games. And at the end of the day, they just made a couple more plays than we made, and with that, they deserve the win. And I wish them best of luck tomorrow.
Questions for Chris or Randall?
They were good looks. I shot them with confidence. They didn't drop. I don't know about drying up. I think we got some good looks on top of the rim. We got some good looks from the perimeter. They just didn't fall for us.
They didn't really do too much of attack like I always do. But Zeke, he was coming over on the weak side and rubbing some shots and blocking some shots, and that made the difference.
Right there at the end, coming out of the timeout, you guys had to leave, took it hard to that.
I mean, well, that basically sums up the night. Getting good looks right at the basket and them not falling. Akron played great defense. It was a frustrating night for me. No, not really. Honestly, I mean, he's 7 feet, so, anything at the basket, he's going to get his hands on. He's going to either dunk it or layup. So you expect that from a 7-footer. So he was just doing what he was supposed to. Oh, not at all. I mean, like, tonight was either give everything you got. So I wasn't definitely worried about holding back. I mean, these guys have been fighting all year, so it was my job to not quit on them regardless of the situation, foul trouble or not, and just keep playing hard. Say again? No, actually, it was okay.
Chris, the way that Treadwell played, he's at his best around the basket. You faced him a number of times now. Your thoughts on the way he played, and especially the way he played the last few minutes tonight?
He has a motor.
Marlon?
Either one of you about that, it was just such a, aggressive, kind of brutal style game. I'm just wondering how it felt. I mean, it almost seemed like a classic, did it feel that way to you?
Well, definitely. I mean, like I said, we were attacking the rim all night. I mean, shots wasn't falling. Zeke was able to rub a few. And, shots just weren't falling tonight like they've been had. And you have these nights, and unfortunately that it had to be this night that night happened.
Any other questions for Chris or Randall? All right, guys, let's get back to the locker room. Thank you. Questions for Coach Semperoff?
Yeah, it was one of those games where they're very physical. They're a very good defensive team. They're the best defensive team in our league, and they've got the best defensive player in our league. And I felt like we went strong to the basket a number of times, and he blocked a bunch of shots, and I'm sure he affected some others that he didn't block. He's a great defensive player. He's Zeke, that is, and they're a very good defensive team, and not just him, but they have a lot of length. And they bother you. And tonight, we've been going into tonight, we were the best offensive team in the league over the course of 16 games in terms of, the Ken Pomeroy numbers and efficiency ratings and all that stuff. And they're the best defensive team in the league by those numbers. And tonight, they sort of won out. When you look at the numbers, strictly on the numbers, when you shoot 35% from the field, and they shoot 47% from the field, you sort of expect to lose by more than, the final score was 3 points. You sort of expect to lose by more than 3. Our kids, we have tremendous grit and resolve and toughness, and, we just came up a little bit short, and give them credit for that.
Rob, would you talk to Randall's efforts, kind of willing the team, trying to will them to?
Yep. Yeah, that's, I feel so bad that the last 2 shots didn't go in for him, because, I mean, Chris wasn't playing real well tonight, Chris Evans, and, Randall he really, really wanted this game, and, sometimes you feel, of course, as a coach, I feel like he deserved for those shots to go in, but unfortunately they didn't. They were 2 pretty good looks, I thought, and, there's nobody else. Chris Evans isn't on the floor. Who else would I want to shoot him other than him? Of course I'd want him to shoot him.
Coach, in that last 30 seconds, when you're down 59, 57, was there any thought or so play for the tie, go to overtime, or was your goal to try to get a good look at the three?
No, you know what? We were just trying to get a good shot. My thought was that we were having such difficulty finishing at the rim because of Zeke that, we ran a quick hitter that we wanted for 3. Randall got the ball. He had a step back, didn't go in, went out of bounds off of them. We had another chance, and again, we're not going to get a better look than what we got. It just didn't go in. I mean, it just didn't go in, unfortunately.
What was your view of the steal by Treadwell out there midcourt? Very big play last minute of the game.
Yeah, it was a big play. Give him credit. I guess he cut the gap and stole it from on the handoff or denied and got a steal.
Rob, talk about the one play coming out of the timeout, you got the lead right there, the last lead timeout. I guess that was.
Yeah, that was when Chris Evans, we ran one of our, things that we do to run a little bit of clock, because wanted to slow the possessions down, and then we ran something for Chris Evans to isolate, and, he drove the ball, and it was like halfway down, am I right? I mean, it looked like it hit every part of the rim. If that goes in, then we're up 5. It may be a little bit different game, but you know what? It rattled out, and it was just one of those nights for Chris where, last night everything he put up went in, and tonight he hasn't shot 1 for 11 all year. Tonight was a tough night for him, and again, give them credit for that. No, that had nothing to do with it. Yeah, that had. I mean, I think it affects them to a degree, because I think they're obviously a better team with Abreu than they are without him. He's one of the better players in the league, but it doesn't affect our preparation. Maybe we could I could say, yeah, we tried to pressure the ball a little bit more, but that's what we try to do regardless of who's in the game. That's one of the things that we try to do well, and sometimes we do it and sometimes we don't.
Rob, could you talk to Mark Henniger's defensive effort?
Yeah, again, Mark's a guy who didn't play for 2 years here, was thrown into the fire this year as a junior, and I mean, you look at him, it almost looks like he's a fly on Zeke's back. That's how, I mean, Zeke Marshall's a big kid and a good player, and Mark, fought and scrapped and clawed, and, he competed as hard as he could. Zeke had a good game. We've had games where Mark's done a better job on Zeke than tonight, but you know what? I'm proud of Mark's effort. I think he always gives everything he has to our team.
Coach, Chris kind of sloughed off the question about whether Marshall got kind of fired up by that dunk at the end of the first half. Did you see a different Marshall
No.
in the second half?
I don't think that dunk had anything to do with anything. I think sometimes you guys read into stuff. I think Zeke played very well in the second half. They made an effort to go to him. He catches on top of the rim. He's going to score more times than not. So he played well. He's a first-team all-conference player. He's the defensive player of the year for back-to-back years, and he certainly affected the game. He had 5 blocks in the second half. I mean, he affected the game in a ton of ways, and he's a very good player.
One other thing,
Oh, no question. Shoot, I thought we had a chance the whole time. I mean, we were up at the last media timeout. And again, if Chris Evans makes that little runner, you know, it may be a different game. But, you know, I don't want to speak for Akron, but that's one of their, they don't have many weaknesses, but one of their weaknesses is they're not a great free throw shooting team. So, you know, tonight, the problem was they got a couple offensive rebounds off the missed free throws, which I thought hurt us, and, you know, give them multiple possessions. And I have to watch the film, but I'm sure there were a couple times that off those offensive rebounds they scored. And that's been something we struggled with all year, actually, free throw blockout.
Stephanie?
Yeah, obviously it's disappointing that we're not going to play in the NCAA tournament, but our kids are going to play again. We've been invited, and I'm assuming we're not going to be in the NIT. I would tell you that's probably not going to happen, but assuming we're not in the NIT, we're going to play in the CIT, the College Insider Tournament, and we're going to host a game on Tuesday, is what we were told, and I don't know who the opponent will be. But again, I need to make sure that I let you guys know, and I thank my athletic director and associate AD Devin and Joel, because as you guys know, those tournaments, there's a financial commitment from your university to host a game, and the fact that they're willing to do that for this group of guys. You know, our kids, and again, we were 12 and 11 at one point, and we're not expected to do as well as we did. And I'm not looking for a silver lining. That's not my point. But we fought, and I thought really represented the school the right way on the court. We certainly have represented the school the right way off the court. And, you know, we've had a year that I think our school and our athletic department and our program should be very proud of. And I think as a recognition of that and wanting to make sure that, you know, that our program stays at a high level, our AD, Joel's here, Joel and Devin, who's in the back, I don't know if you guys know, we spoke, and I'm really appreciative that they're going to do that. I hope that our guys, it's very emotionally taxing when you lose a game like this. But that's sort of been how our guys have been all along. We fought back. I expect us to fight back on Tuesday. You know, I hope that our fans will appreciate the effort that we've given all year and will come on Tuesday. And again, I know it's not the NCAA tournament. Believe me, there's nobody more disappointed that Randall and Chris aren't playing in the NCAA tournament than me. It's not about me. It's about, I'm disappointed that they're not going to play in the NCAA tournament. But I also want them to get a chance to continue to play and continue to compete.
Thank you, Rob.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.